Dear learners, I am Christina Georgy, your academic counselor. So moving on to the next relaxation technique, a much familiar one, yoga. So do you know in which country yoga as a practice originated? You must be knowing that. Correct. So this is a practice that originated in our own land, in India, and this term yoga is also derived from a Sanskrit word meaning to unite. So it indicates a union of consciousness and body. So when do we celebrate the International Day of Yoga? I'll give you a clue. It is in the month of June. Do you know the date? It is June 21st. Very often during this time of the year in schools and colleges, they schedule a special yoga session, right? You must have been part of it. Yes. It is also mentioned in your textbook. It is important to know this World Yoga Day. International Day of Yoga is celebrated on 21st June every year. So let's have a look at the main goal of yoga. The main goal of yoga is self-realization. Yoga finds its mention in the Bhagavad Gita, where a whole chapter is devoted to it. So there are three main types of yoga. How many types of yoga are there? Three. Namely, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga. So what does this Karma Yoga mean? That yoga related to one's actions. The very term karma, action. Yes. What would be Bhakti Yoga? The term Bhakti refers to devotion. So Bhakti Yoga will be yoga related to devotion. Now comes the third type, Jnana Yoga. Jnana means knowledge. So what would be Jnana Yoga? Yoga related to knowledge. So karma, bhakti, jnana. Action, devotion, knowledge. Did you know that there is also a fourth type of yoga? Yes, there is. Do you know its name? It is Ashtanga Yoga or Power Yoga. So the fourth type of yoga was put forth by Patanjali. He introduced Ashtanga Yoga, that is Power Yoga. So this yoga involves a movement or a flow from posture to posture. So if you look at figure 6.1 of your textbook, you can see the various dimensions of yoga. It includes pranayama, breathing, asana, posture, yama, restraint, niyama, healthy observation, pratyahara, sensory withdrawal, dharma, concentration, dhyana, meditation, samadhi or higher concentration. I think it's samadhi, right? Yeah, samadhi or higher concentration. So all these are the various dimensions of yoga. Yoga mainly involves bodily postures or asanas, breathing exercises and meditation that are to be carried out in specific manner. So let's now focus our attention towards the various types of asanas. The various types of asanas include Padmasana, Sukhasana, Siddhasana, Vyajrasana, Trilogasana, Bhujangasana. So moving on to the very first posture. Yes, Padmasana. Padma means lotus, right? So Padmasana means lotus posture. So it is also referred to as the lotus pose that can be used during meditation. Padmasana is practiced by sitting straight on the ground with your feet on top of your thighs. So this asana is quite difficult and may need practice before one is able to carry it out adequately. But remember, with constant practice, it is achievable and it is just a matter of time. So what is Sukhasana? It simply refers to sitting cross-legged. This is an easy asana, and like Padmasana, it can be used during meditation. I am very sure that most of you are able to make use of this Sukhasana effectively. Now, Siddhasana. This is similar to Padmasana, but it is less difficult in the sense, in this posture, you need to sit with your toes tucked into your thighs. In Padmasana, the entire feet is tucked into your thighs, or rather the entire feet is positioned on top of your thighs, but here you just need to sit with your toes tucked into your thighs. Yes. So figure 6.2 demonstrates Siddhasana. Moving on to Vajrasana. Vajra means diamond. So this involves sitting on one's heels by placing palms on knees. Now the fifth one, Trilogasana. In this asana, you need to stand on the floor with legs apart, and then you need to stretch your body to the left in such a way that your spine is straight and your body is facing front, and your arms are perpendicular to the floor with left hand resting on the floor and right hand straight. You can have a look at figure 6.4 on page number 80 of your study material. Yes, it is not a very easy pose. It might take you a few months of practice. For some, it might take a few days of practice to achieve this pose. This is Trilogasana. It more or less looks like a triangle, right? Yes, that is Trilogasana. Yes. So moving on to Bhujangasana, it is also referred to as a cobra pose. So in this posture, the person has to lie face down on the floor with hands on the floor below the shoulder. Then he or she has to lift his or her head and chest slowly. The elbows are to be kept near the body with neck straight and eyes looking up. It might sound easy, but it is also quite a difficult pose. You can see the pictorial representation as figure 6.5 on page number 80 of your study material. Now comes pranayama. Pranayama is something much more familiar to most of you, I suppose. It is a breathing exercise that can be carried out for stress relief. It has a number of other health benefits as well. In this pranayamam, you need to do is that you need to put your right thumb on your right nostril. You can see the picture as part of figure 6.6. Take your right thumb and place it on your right nostril. Then deeply inhale through your left nostril, because right nostril you have put your thumb, right? Yes. So inhale using your left nostril. Then you close your left nostril with your right index finger and hold your breath for a few seconds. Then exhale through your right nostril. You can repeat the same with your left nostril as well. Yeah, this figure 6.6 will further elaborate on that. In general, yoga has a number of benefits. Which are these benefits? It will result in higher productivity, mindfulness, and overall better physical and mental health. One thing that you should take care of is it is important that one develops its understanding and takes suitable training before it is practiced. If you are going for some yoga training, also see whether this person who is taking the class is trained or certified trainer for that matter. Now we'll move on to mindfulness.